Okay everyone, welcome back to Chill Gaming. I've just started the Dyson Sphere Let's Play. As you can see, my seed is 33420870. It's 64 stars and the dark fog settings are all low, and I've adjusted it down to 20%. It's got a meta output of 215%, but I don't want to have loads of fights and stuff to start with. As you know, I like building games, and this is one thing. The other thing I'll show is laser clearing. Oh, it is the one. Laser clearing provides a laser to clear the path, etc. You know, the trees and rocks and that kind of stuff. Makes life a bit easier. It's mainly quality of life. Form size allows you to have a bigger size if you want it to lay down foundations. The mod saves part of something else. We've got compress save, blueprint tweaks, compass and DSP optimizations, and these LB tool and all these other bits I haven't selected to install. They're part of another mod that requires them. So that is all I've got. So I've done it on 0.5, which is one up from scarce, and yeah, you've got 4 O-type, 1 neutron, 2 white dwarfs, 1 black hole, and as you can see, the spread, there's 2 nice O stars down here. I don't know what's on them. You've got a couple of giants, you've got 3, some more O stars over this side, and that's the neutron, 1 O star down here. That's a B. So with the spread we've got here is you've got, it's made over 1 quadrant, because there's 4 and these are the 4. So ideally it'd be nice to, you know, we're quite away from them, but the plan will be is to work our way up and go through the relevant stars, and I hope you enjoy the journey. So without further ado, we'll just start. Skip the prologue.
This is Icarus.
So this is what the laser does.
Very powerful but lightweight industrial mecha. Use the direction keys or click the right mouse button on the ground to move the mecha. In this mission, you'll control your mecha to navigate the universe and create miracles.
Right, what you've got to do first of all is right click this thing you came down in. And as you can see, the lasers just saves me going around all of this and clearing them.
To collect resources like wood or gravel, click the right mouse button as well. In addition, you can hold shift and click the right mouse button on each of your targets to give a series of commands. Some items are found after disassembling the space capsule. Click on the inventory button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open and check.
And then what you do is you, I think it's control, hold down control key, just click, and it'll fill up your, and what you're doing now is you're burning these to produce energy for yourself. So if we press M, you get an idea of where the ores are.
In the planet view, you can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera. Hold the right mouse button to roll the camera. Press N to align the camera to the North Pole. In the planet view, scrolling the mouse wheel also enters the star map.
You can hold the middle mouse button to rotate the camera, or scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Right, okay, so these are the coal veins. I like a dark colour. Like grey colour is stone, copper's like the orange colour, and blue is the iron.
Construction menu is locked. Complete a technology research to unlock it. Click on the technology tree button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the technology tree and start a research.
Okay, so if you press N, it orientates you to the North Pole, which is this red line. And we are here. And it gives you a few resources to start with. As you can see, it's not huge amounts. But what you've got to try and find is a decent area to build on with enough landmass. So I would say over here, but then there is not enough ores. They deliberately put the starting ores everything kind of... We've only got a little bit here, so all we can do is try and get the research up so we can build foundations and just make our way across and do it that way. I'm going to be using a mixture of blueprints and stuff as well, just to make life a bit easier that other people have created, but I'll go through the basics. So you press M again to get out of the view, and then what you've got down here, this is the build, the replicator, and you can build items, as you can see all different items at a level. No buildings yet. What it's going to require are these to get further through on the research. This is the mecha panel, as you saw me before. This is the power. Eventually you'll have some ammo that you throw in this activate one for the dark fog. And this is just our inventory. Now you can press I think it is, or is it tab? It doesn't show it, but E. It's actually got the shortcut left on them, so as you can see. So yeah, so right, what we'll do now is we'll start the research, which is electromagnetism. Actually, we'll go to upgrades first to see. I'm going to activate that, and then we need 100. So I'm not ready to activate that yet. And the exploration requires blue science, which we're nowhere near. So what we'll do is go back to technologies. Upgrades is your mecha. Technologies is what you can do at the moment. You have no choice but to do this one first. And then you'll want to go down and do basic logistics. And just queue them. Metallurgy and then basic assembling. So then you press escape to come back. And then what it's going to need, this is going to need these two, so you basically got to just go and mine some of this stuff. Enjoy the music. Then you go to the build button, click the relevant item, and you can increase or decrease by this. And I always put it up to 10 normally. There to click that one. As you can see, as I'm making them, it's slowly increasing them. You'll see me flicking backwards and forwards on screens because I'm trying to keep everything going. I'm not trying to do a speed run. I'm no good at that kind of thing, but grab a few more. So then we've done that research. That one needs 10 of the magnetic rings. So we'll queue those up. It's probably going to want more iron ore. What I'm doing is trying to get a bit of this up. Because the next one's going to need circuits and cogs. And circuits needs, you guessed it, copper plates. That means iron plates, so we need a good chunk of this. As with any of these games, it's slow to start. A quick hint for you: if you press the B key, it brings up these lines. And you press M, so you get yourself orientated. So you know north is up there. Press M again. Press B again, and these lines are what you can build along and come down. Now they have these shrink and expand. If you're on the equator, they get the biggest, and as you go towards the poles, they shrink to according to the diameter of the planet. I think they call them tropical lines or something. It's some weird name they call them. Yeah, just be aware of that. So you'll get a few of those stacked up. I'm going to run another load. Actually, what I'm going to do, how far away from those? So we'll get a mining machine, you see, once this is done. So then it saves us mining this one. It does it slow at That laser uses a lot of power. That's the downside of it. And because I'm building stuff, it's going to keep eating away at it. 20 odd. Let me go to this one again. But we've got a coal straight over here, so I will eventually start going over there and grabbing that.
You've obtained a mining machine. It automatically collects ores for you. You can select it in the inventory or in the construction menu, collecting section, to start building it.
Right, what we're going to do first is shove this down here, next to the iron. If you press R, it just rotates it
Hold
around
R
and snaps it.
to rotate the mining machine. The more veins it covers, the higher the output. To ignore grid snapping, hold Shift.
It doesn't tell if you press Shift and R, you can get a finer adjustment on it. So you can try and get it on all of the veins, like so. And you just press click. You can hold the mouse button.
Insufficient items. Click on the replicator button at the bottom right corner of the screen to open the replicator and manually replicate the required items. A wind turbine. You've now built your first power grid. Some power facilities don't have a power supply range, so you'll need to extend the power grid coverage with Tesla towers.
As I was saying, when you put down buildings or conveyor belts, anything really, it's got that green line around it, out shadow, or colour. If you move your mouse over it and press the left mouse button, you build it, because your drones are very slow at this stage to do any of this. So all we're going to do now is we're going to keep hopping back over here, and you press Control and left click, and you'll pick up whatever's in it, providing you're in range.
You've obtained sorter and conveyor belt. Full automation is now possible. Use a conveyor belt to transport ores collected in the mining machine. The sorter will transport ores onto the conveyor belt into the arc smelter that will smelt them automatically.
Right, I'm just going to save the game. And because I've got the compress mod, it saves the file, compresses it down for you, which is great. Just be aware that when updates come, like the major game updates, it can break the mods. So always do an uncompressed save once in a while. We'll have the smelter in a minute. Is it the smelter, I think? Yeah. Now what we want to build is queue up some of these. Do 5 for now. Want another one of those. Actually want 2 of those. Get some more of these. Only make 2. 2 of those as well. Now if you go in your inventory, you've got 2 ways of doing it. You can click the conveyor belt, or the obvious way is to go down and press 3, or just click this, and then you can lay your conveyor belt out. And what I'm doing here is a simple, so my iron ore is up there. I'll have to get together with the smelters. So I'm going to come in this side. And I'm going to come out the other side, you'll see what I mean in a minute. Just put 1 there.
You've built an arc smelter, which automatically produces basic materials, such as...
Okay, right. Yeah, the phone went, so I had to answer that. You might hear cat sounds in this background. Ignore. Right, so what you do here is we're going to temporarily do one as metal plates or iron ingots, and the other one...
Once a recipe is assigned, use less than key to copy the current recipe, and greater than key to paste the recipe to the next building.
the other one as a magnet. We're going to need those later. And then all you do is click this and put in the materials. And then this isn't going to be able to power up because it's out of the range of that, as you can see.
You have an unpowered production facility. To make it run normally, place it within the power grid coverage and make sure power is supplied.
Alright, this is one of the extenders you put down, and all it does is extend the power out and it makes this work.
You've built your first power transmission facility, a Tesla tower. It can help you transmit power wirelessly over a short range and extend the power grid coverage. Click on it to view more details.
Well, you can go grid loads horrendous at the minute, but we'll get there. We should have another one of those things built, I think. Yep, miners. So again, you do the Shift R. Right, didn't work for some reason. These mines we're putting them on all temporary, because there's not a lot of ores on them. We do the same procedure we did on the iron, so we just have one of these right close. Then we grab some of these.
When building a conveyor belt, confirm its starting point and end point. Use up arrow to raise the conveyor belt one level. Use down arrow to lower the conveyor belt one level if it has been raised. Press keypad 0 to reset the conveyor belt to ground level. To avoid the conveyor belt snapping to a building, try holding shift.
This one you just select the recipe as copper plate. And now what you do is they'll all be working away. You grab out this to expand the area out of it, because we'll be building other things. Actually no, I'm going to build some more of these if I can. Right, so you hold control and click, and it then, as you can see down this side, tells you what you're getting. I hope I've got enough to build a couple of these. I'll build 2, should build 3. We'll let that whir along. What we require for these, we need 10 cogs. We can make, and another 10 of these electronic components, which we can't make. So control, control, control. All you got to do is keep doing it, and then you'll see it slowly builds up. Right, so can I build 10 of those? No, makes not quite good enough. Control, control. Because we've got low power, it's not optimal, it's causing problems on the grid. So let's do another one there, another one there. Again, hold the mouse over it, because your drones are so slow. Now if we look at the grid, that's better. It's still high, but it's not in the red, so everything will produce quicker now. And this is just to get us past this initial research, so we need 10 of those. The next research, you've got to keep queuing up research. So we want to go to upgrades. That needed 100. We're not going to be able to quite get there yet. And that needs blue, so we'll go to the normal research. And these will require blue. We're going to have to do energy matrix. Q. What we need to do now is to get something that makes these up. So that needs to have 2 iron rings that feed into a factory with copper. We can now do the factory. So if for example, if I put this down here, I positioned it right, like there. If you position, you can move it with the middle mouse button, but if you position it between, you'll see what I'm going to do. This across here a little bit more to there. Tell that you want to produce those. and then you hold shift, click that. I'll go make some, hang on, I realised I didn't have any. So I can make one, control, 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 and we dump some in there. So if you hold control over that, it fills this up to the max. We'll be putting them in there anyway in a moment. We'll build another one. We'll build another one of those. I need some storage containers, so let's do 5. Okay, right, so now we should be able to press shift, and what it does is copy the recipe as well as any arms that load it or unload it. Now if you do the sorters, and you do one out of there, because it needs 2 of these rings, you see, you're going to feed 2 rings straight to that. Now if we do, hopefully we're going to have enough. Go up to here, down and along. Just got enough. And then hold your mouse over this and you can help build it. Until we get the research to increase the speed, that's slow. Right, and then put one of those in. There. With a bit of luck, we'll have without these containers, so I'm just temporarily going to put that there and let that go into it like that.
You've built a depot for storing items. You can manually store items or use a sorter to automatically access items.
Is that going in? It is. So what's the story? Oh, hang on, I've done this wrong. Silly me. Hang on. What was I thinking? See, now you can easily make mistakes. I went out the wrong way. So I've got to go from this side along, down. Oh, I've got enough. So if I cut back on some of these, just do it so I've just got enough.
If there isn't enough ground space, make more efficient use of your space by stacking matrix slabs, depots, storage tanks, and splitters.
Now that should, in a moment, there you go. Now that will start producing our first magnetic rings, and our next one that we need is this, which is going to need 2 iron and 1 copper plate. We've got the copper coming through there, we've got the iron that can come out of here. So if I put that in line with that, we stick another one of these down, because we're going to need it, there, and then put down, I've got 3 more of these to play with, so if I go over here, one there, one there, there. Should got the grid up a little bit, which it has. Brilliant. We tell this we want to make that. I now have to make some more of these. I've got to do control, control, control. Oops, I just take these all the time. So I don't want to stick those in there yet, so there's also to make some more of those. Right, so we stick another container temporarily there, run that along to this. Temporarily drag one of those out of there, there. Now this will be slow because it's waiting on it's holding its own, so I'm going to get wave 2 on there. I bet that will run out. I'm looking at this number here to see if it goes down, down, down or stays. No, we're going to run out at some point, so we're going to have to change one of these over, and move this along one. So we do this, basically put this one here next to it, put another metal plate facility, and let's not get one in there. Might be able to if I move that. So if we down just here, press the X, get rid of that. Oh, hang on, press the X again then. Put it in the wrong place. There. We've got another one of the smelters we have, so press shift, will it do it? No, right, so we've got to manually do this, see if we can get this to work. So, that there, it's not going to let me put it in there, so we'll see if it'll reach. Turn that on metal plate. Oh, it does, cool. Now will it send that out here? No. So we've basically got to do a mini conveyor, annoyingly. Like that. Build some more of those. Yeah. And then we cut that one out. So that should start to creep up. That will, this is now getting fed to and producing loads. Excellent. Right, so we'll let that produce up, because what we're going to do here, we're going to move that, stick it here. I don't know whether we can get enough of these. Got to build some more of these actually, so if we go and we need 9 of those. Hold the right mouse button and just slide it, get it to what you want. Stick that in there. Now that will give us our research. Now will that fit in there? I don't think it will, so I'm going to have to ditch that one and put it somewhere else. There we go. This research complete, and then we can stick the research lab here and then put a box next to it, one of these boxes, so we make blue cubes, they go into the box, and put another research lab next to that once we made it. Comes, that's the research lab or matrix lab. I want to produce 1, 2, I've got 1, 2, 3, and that one there is 4, that's what I want. Now, what I'll do is stick this down here. It's probably not going to work, I don't think. Touch and go whether that will. We'll try it. And it's too close.
A matrix lab, a facility to produce matrices. It can also be used to research technologies that are unlocked with matrices.
There then.
Matrices are the source codes to maintain the center brain simulation of a homeland. You can upload as many matrices to the center brain to run its simulation and unlock more technologies in the real world.
Box here. One in. Matrix down again, down, 1 out. We'll double these up at some point. So what you want to do is you can either research or produce. We need to produce on this one. Then what should happen is the stuff will come in and it'll produce these cubes. Let it build up some in here. And what you do is you double it. Because what you've got to look at is how many are going out to how many you're making. Otherwise you'll have run out if you put too many down, so you stack them on top of each other. So I'll stack 2 on there, Now we're producing double the amount, but you've got to look at the amount you've got coming in. That looks like it might be stable. Put that on. Yeah, so you can do 2 to the little setup I've got here. Now that's sitting at 8. So you tell this one you want to research. And what it should do is start pulling in the cubes. Building it up a little bit. You go to this, you go right upgrade. So the one we really want to get is this one. And the next one we've got to get, we've got to start building this up. You go back to the technologies. We want to get solar collection as well. Thermal powers, a whole load. The ones you've got to get though, first of all, is this ammunition and what's that called? Dwarfs turret. They're only 20, so if I was you, I'd just in-queue this lot. Then you come up here. You want to get smelting purification, which costs 100, and then thermal power. Queue those up for the moment, and then you want to get the upgraded logistics. So it's a fair few, so this will just be ticking over, and I've got to build more power. It's always the problem, lack of power. Of course, the further I go out this mod, it's great because it gives you all the stuff, but to charge your mecha up with. How many are we using out of this? So we got enough power in it? No, right, we need to build a lot more power. So if I do control.
You've unlocked universe exploration. Now you can click the detailed display button at the bottom right corner of the screen to enable real-time vein distribution.
Excellent stuff. You'll see how helpful this is going to be, because if you look at the map at the moment, you can't see anything. But now we've researched that, you can click this one here, which enables you to view all of the minerals on this planet. It tells you how many are in there. So 17 coal veins, 380,000. As you can see, we get a paltry amount on here, but this is just a very simple starter base at the moment. The coal vein up here. So what you've got to do is press M, you see the worldwide view. You've got to think where you want to build. As you can see, where the sun is, for whatever reason, they put all the veins on the dark side. So, and this is the best landmass. So you kind of got the option of, you've got a little bit small amount of copper and a little bit of iron here. Now you could run conveyors up from all of those, or you could just get the research, which is this one here. I'll show you it. It's in technologies. You won't be able to get it yet, but you've got to research this one here. It will then open up this, which costs 400 blue. So you need to up your research, but that gives you foundation, which can produce with bricks and steel. And you can set up a little factory that makes hundreds of them. But you need also with that soil. I don't think it's going to let me show you, so this is the one that does it. But you get soil deposits, so if you look at the land, whenever you clear something or put building down, it flattens it. And if it's sufficiently high, you get a soil deposit. And that's what it requires to put down a foundation, as well as the foundation itself. So yeah, so great fun. Right, let me see how this building's getting on. So if I say build 6 of those, and we're going to soon start to need, definitely need some more of those. We're going to up this to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as well. Need a few more of those. And we've got 2 of those, so these can make 4, so I need to do more. What I'm trying to do here is prepare for blueprints, because at some point we're going to get What's going on here? Right, so we now need... I'm actually going to get that out of the way for the moment. It's handy to stick a spare one of these on just in case you have overflow like we've got 69 odd, so I can research double the speed now. Right, we've got these yes, we have, excellent. Right, now what you've got to do is just basically plonk them down when it goes low. Go the other side. Somehow we've got to safeguard all this if the dark fog attacks. It's not likely, not on our settings, but you just never know. Oh, let's stick some more. Won't put many there. Now, go across here. Right, we're back in the green again now. Excellent stuff. Okay, so now this is ticking along. It's slow old going, isn't it, with the manual research? Right, so we've got to build 100 odd of these items to get the blueprints. Do 19. Really need to stick another one of these in, don't we?
You've unlocked the weapon system. Icarus can now use ammo. Press C to open the mecha panel. Load the magazine and activate it. Use ammo to protect both yourself and the base when dark fog strikes.
Press control, it shoves it in the activate. Now you fire those at dark fog. Slowly getting there. Right, so how many of those can I build now? 67. How many have we actually got here? 100. Right, so if I make 10, 20, 40, 50 and grab 50 odd from here. This is all going to be upscaled soon depending on where we're going to build. If I'm going to build it along here, which I might do, I might come down. In which case I can use the coal vein there. We've got, where is it here? Let's go press N to get our bearings. We know north is up there. We're here, yeah, you see how skinny the land is. We don't want to go north, we really want to go across, but what we will do is come down, I think, and then by that time should have the foundations when we get around here somewhere. But what we've got to do is tap that vein. Got coal here actually. So what we have to do is build a whole load of conveyors, run these down, and have the smelting going on here, but coming downwards, or run it down, whatever. I think that's the way probably to go, because that's the biggest land mass, and could come down and come along, you see, and up to avoid laying foundations. We'll see how it goes. Press B, and you see the lines that we'll have to come down, so the mine then's going to come out here. I might smelt it here, and then run the smelting operation down around this thing. Empty these two out because that won't take long. Put copper up there. What was the other copper? So we've got copper over here. There's not a lot in it though. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 coppers around us. As we're coming down, these open up. So we've not really got an issue there. Right, okay. It's got 110 of that now, so we can go back into the research. Put those out of the way. Go to upgrades, click that, and queue it. Go into technology, re-put these back in. Actually, what did I do first? That one. So at least we can get more power. Queue. And eventually we'll have the solar panels. We've got the wind turbine. This planet, it's not brilliant. This is how much you'll get 100% of whatever they generate. You only get 92%, which is pretty rubbish, but if you boil the mouse right the way out, you can see your whole planet, a universe that you're in. Not universe, what do you call it? Planetary system or whatever. So it's not telling me what's on these. So we've got to go up to the next level. That's tidal locks. So that solar energy is 112, which is much better than what we've got. Wind is also good. So, I mean, I don't know what's on that planet, but when we've exploited it, we could put wind turbines on the dark side and also solar panel on the light side. And you can store it all in a battery and stuff, eventually. You get logistic networks and that kind of thing. Right, so how are we doing now? So I now need to start building up these. So we've got 53 of those, do another 10. Another 10 of those. Gives us a good supply. We're going to need more of these. So we'll do another 4 of those. Of those, and then we're going to have to do some of those. We're going to do about 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 6 of those. Just 1 of those. So you can see our bottleneck is these plates. We're getting way more than we need, aren't we? So. Right, what that research gives us is this recipe, which basically turns coal or oil and its derivatives into energetic graphite, which is much more, it gives you an extra 50% fuel as opposed to just putting coal in there. Which is the main reason I do it, and I've got a hell of a lot of this stuff sitting over that I'm slowly burning through. But we will definitely be putting a mine over there, dragging it over here and converting it. So when you see under the waves there, this land, it uses a lot less soil piles to create foundation, but where you've got the dark blue, it uses a lot more. So hence over this side you're going to use loads, because it fills in all the way down to the bedrock. So we'll probably have to expand it this way. So that might be a plan. Let's see how we get with it. Right, so all you can do is prepare. So I need more stone. I've got 60 stone. I could about start making loads of these. But all I'm doing now is these are going to prepare us for the blueprints when we get them. Actually, I've got to build more of those now, so I'll do 5 of those. And I will start doing a bus soon, so where you see these end here, and this lot, hasn't really got an output, but I could do an output, so any surplus that's sitting in here, like it's 100 sitting in that one, 100 sitting in that one, and that's full. So I could run them out to a box, and legislative up so it solves the problem for us later on. This is building up nice, because as you'll notice the research gets insane on this. So that one there is 200, which is what we need to explore systems next to us. We also need communication control, which gives you an extra drone. More importantly, a drone engine. It's another time, so that's 400 of them themselves. And a new energy circuit, which we'll be able to get because we've got coal next to us. If you go in technologies, the next one on from the upgraded logistics is going to probably, which is the lowest one we can do here. It's 100. It's 50, we can queue that. All these done, so we've got them ready. What these do is, they give you more recipes, which is all used later. That tower can charge you. You got a good enough circuit. This allows you to, it gives you a water pump and storage. And then when we get to this one here, it gives you a refiner. So you've got oil pump, oil extractor from the refinery. So that'll be one of the next ones we do. Semiconductors, it's quite high. We've got to do the steel, so we might queue that one to get that going. There you go. So that's how you do it, you just keep on collecting the materials. So I can't believe I didn't have enough. Oh, I made items that use those components. Damn. Okay. So really I need to replenish that. Put 40 back in there. I don't want that running out. What you need to do here is, so we're storing up the storages there. Oh good, it's 100 odd. That's what I like to see. The more you can get that, the merrier. I'm going to probably build another one of these. I can't. More of those. Have that lot. And I'll build one more. So I'll stack it 3 high. The next research is then we'll go that much quicker. Okay. And what we're also going to do is stick another one of these on here. Sitting in there. Right, okay. So we're soon going to have the blueprint and then we'll finish this part of the playthrough here. You'll see what this will give us. It's this section here, blueprints. Now I've got a whole load of different saves from other content creators as well. Just all helps, it just solves the tedium of it all. Well, I'd suggest do like I do, you start your playthrough and just look at the recipes, you click your build and for example that's going to need so many iron. Right, the blueprints is done.
You've unlocked Blueprint. You can now make batch copies of production line plans. Press Ctrl and C to enter copy mode. Click the left mouse button to select the desired area. Then press Ctrl and V to paste the copied blueprint. Alternatively, press 0 to open Blueprint Library, where you can browse and use all saved blueprints. With powerful blueprints, you can then build a huge industrial empire.
Right, so Nihilus has got early game, and he's got all the handy stuff here. So he's got iron at 6 seconds. And as you can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smelters, but you need the power to do it. So how I worked last playthrough I did with this is I took the 3 smelters off the end and just went with 3, and then add the 3 to it as and when you need it. So what you've got to do first of all though is get your conveyors and whatnot sorted out, and more importantly get your power sorted out. So what I'm going to do now is use some of these. I've got one miner here, and nip across here. As you notice you fly. So right, we'll do Shift R. Try and get it to fit in here. Very fine moving to see whether or not you can get it in. If you count them, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's not very good. Trying to get as many as you can on one node. Having it. Right, so that's horrible placing. So we'll have to stick it over this side. It's not a very decent node this, is it? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just average. Move up and down. Up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that'll do. I'm happy with that. And then we stick on a solar panel over here. Get it going, and then bring out the extenders. So you'll probably want an extender there as you expand this out. And then shove one there. You'll probably find we can't put any more down, so you've got to extend it. So we stick another one down. Eventually we'll connect this up to the grid. We should be producing loads, okay. Right, so now the beauty about conveyor belts is they go across. So if we come out here, go to that line. Actually, I'm going to come down here. There. Come across maybe here. This is going to take forever to build these drones. When you get logistics box, you can do everything on logistics. So you put like a container down and a hat, they call them, they used to call them, which is what houses all the logistics drones. And then what they do is the cargo container fills up and those drones come out. And you'll see all that later on, I'll show you that. Your jetpack uses a lot of fuel. Okay, right, now we've done that, so if we put smelters down now, so on this side actually, on there, build some more conveyors. So that that in. Has been made. Run this to maybe there. Yeah. And you press shift. We'll see how many of this coal. We'll probably have to put another miner down. Okay, right, let's see if we get this right. There. Maybe stick down another one of these. So put it maybe there. No, that will produce the side graphite stuff, and if we stick as a temporary measure that there. Alright, to it. And plug these in there. Let that quietly fill up. Let's see how much you're using. Right, so I can get another one on. We'll do some research. So, what do we need for this one up there? I'm going to queue that now. Queue that one. Queue that one. Technologies. Queue that one. Yeah. $70 sitting in there. Right, how's my fuel doing? And there, click that, control, that coal. Right, there we go. So we started small, but we've managed to get our blue research going, albeit minimal. But it's there. And it will just slowly go down. So if you're in a speed run, you'll want to do this as maximum out as possible. That's what I want to see here. So I've got enough of that. Of that. Okay, right, so we need to be producing some more of these. So what's going to happen is when I build some more of these blueprints, they will use them. This is the first stage of it. So I'm just going to let this completely fill up. That one, because eventually that gets used and then we'll have to build more miners, but by then we'll have paving so I can create around it. Our next stage will be to get up here to probably this iron vein and this coal and this not the coal, where is it, stone down here. So I'm going to come out of here with the iron. I'm going to set a little smelting array up. These plates will come out to a storage box and it can be expandable, and then I'll start to create a bus, and what that is lines of conveyors that store all of the items in containers is what the plan will be, and then that will aim down. So this will come out, be processed into bricks, and then put in storage, and then it'll aim down. Same as this stuff here, instead of the storage being here, it'll be in a line, will be together. And that's what we'll do. But thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next part. As always, like and subscribe, it all helps the channel, and I hope you all had a nice Christmas, etc. I mentioned that at the beginning. Take care, guys.